Listen. They just left Pam, and they started with the sirens, the surveillance. All right, that's what's happening. The surveillance. As soon as I walked out of her door, it started with the sirens. Because again, they don't want me to leave. Because of course, like I said, I told her I was going to watch the kids for 2 weeks until she can get the kids after school program situated, which she didn't do. I tried to, but it was she should have did it earlier. So I had to go get the kids' medical form filled out, which I did, but apparently there's no more space for them to get into the Boys and Girls Club. And so what she tried to do, and I said to her, she says she came in the house, she was like, oh, since why don't you go home? You don't have to come over the week. You don't have to come over the weekends because the Saturday and Sunday because since you're going to be watching the kids, until I get the situation, with the kids and getting them a new sitter. And I told her, I said, I gave you 2 weeks. She was like, but didn't we talk? No, we see this, and again, this is what she does, right? We did not have a conversation, and I had to tell her. I said, when it comes to you communicating with me, it sucks. You suck. You used to talk about I'm not communicating. I said, but I communicate with you direct and effectively. Okay? You want to beat around the bush. You want to lie or pretend that we have had conversation, which we didn't. I said, because I told you. So, she came in the house and she was like, why don't you don't have to come this weekend, even though it's your weekend, since you spend the week with the kids and since you're going to be looking after them. Until I'm like, no. Nope. I'm tired of compromising. I'm tired of, putting myself on the back burner, right? Where she puts herself first all the time, because again, a lot of black women feed into that bullshit. Oh, put yourself, you got kids. No. Yeah, you put yourself, to take care of yourself, but you also take care of your kids too. You put your kids are just as a priority as you. Which means you gotta, you the one that said you wanted to live the life of a single parent. That's what you said. And you did everything to make sure that you got that outcome. Right? And now that you have that outcome, still, you expect me to be there and do the things that I used to do. Okay? And I said, I'll do some of the things, but not all. So she was upset because she wanted to go out with her friends. And I told her, I said, no, I'm not watching the kids. I said, get a babysitter. And she literally catch an attitude about that shit. You know what I'm saying? She literally caught an attitude about that shit. Like, really, she was starting to cry. I'm like, you 45 years old. You gonna cry because I said I'm not watching the kids? And then again, I want to act all concerned about my schooling when she never acted concerned before. And the only reason why she acting concerned is because, again, she didn't do what she's supposed to do and get a babysitter. So now she got to depend on me. But I'm like, no. I'm finally putting my foot down. Nope. I don't know how she's going to do next week. But I'm not going to be there. I have to stop being an enabler for her toxic behavior and treatment towards me. So I have to put a stop to it. My kids will, suffer in the short run, but in the long run, they'll be better. because I'll be better. Okay? And I'll teach my son to put his foot down when, you know, any woman that try to take advantage of him and try to treat him, you know, in a very disrespectful manner. And my daughter, she's going to learn that this is not the way she treat, you know, her husband. You know, that's not gonna fly. And so, you know, she can go ahead, but I am putting my foot down. All right, as much as it's gonna hurt me and pain me, but I have to do it. I have to stop being her enabler. All right. So anyway, my targeting today. So, like I said, I went to the neurologist. You guys saw the video earlier. You know, and I'm talking to him about this stuff, and he's like, you know, first he's like, oh, I don't know about these things, and I'm like, you know, you're a neurologist. That means you're pretty smart. But again, smart and intelligent is two different things. And so I started to explain to him about the technology. He's like, well, they can't do that. They can only make you forget. No. Okay. Go look it up. In 1992, the FBI contacted the Russian maker of the technology, which is called silent sound spread spectrum. And why did the FBI contacted the Russian maker of the technology? Because they wanted to put voices inside David Koresh's head to convince him to end his standoff. So he's telling me, oh, they can't put stuff in your head, they can only make you forget. That's bullshit. There's documentation again. So they always try to, you know, they all try to downplay the degree in which they are technically advanced, right? Because they want to manipulate you into thinking they're not that advanced, okay? But they are the United States government, the CIA, the NSA, they are the Department of Defense, DOD, right? They are very advanced when it comes to these technologies, right? So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. So I knew they were using this guy, this neurologist, and it's a black guy, so they figure, hey, it's a black guy, he can open up and talk about this stuff, right? Because like I said, they were all in the hallway listening, because the door wasn't even closed, and I was looking at the corner of my eye, and I see them. And again, because I didn't want them to know that they were listening, and I wanted to see what he was going to say. So I kept talking. I didn't pause or anything like that. I didn't give him any clue that I'm gonna get reserved. I said what I had to say, and that was it. And of course, he's very religious. He's from Ghana, you know, so very religious. So again, it ties into what I'm talking about when we talk about destructive cult, religious cult, fanatical individuals who belong to a certain group of religion, right? And so they behave in this manner, they act in this manner, because they have been so indoctrinated, particularly black people, are so indoctrinated with this concept of this God in the sky. And I told him, I said, God is you. You are God. You are nature. Okay? So the concept of European God comes from the Kemetic neter, right? Which is nature, the creative force. Right? That's where the God comes from. Except the German, they use the canine, right? They you know, because the word God comes from the German word, which is dog, right? Dog is German, or canine. You spell it backwards, it's God, right? That should give you a clue. Okay? And so when you think about it, and you say to yourself, well, why is it that these fanatics, religious fanatics, behave the way they do? It's because of their indoctrination. And I was reading part of an interesting book today, and it talks about the psychic manipulation, mystical manipulation, you know, mystical. What's the other word they use? This is from the CIA declassified document, right? So mystical manipulation, which again, Robert J. Lipton talked about. He is the psychiatrists who came up with the concept of the 8 criteria of thought reform, right? And mystical manipulation is one of the things that he talks about, okay? And so that mystical manipulation, supernatural manipulation to make people think that things are happening in the supernatural realm and it's not, okay? Many of you don't understand and don't know that, but the CIA, okay, are expert in terms of the study of religion and cults and the occult, okay? They are expert in manipulation and the study of the occult. And so there's a book, it's called Techno Spies. That's what it's called. Techno Spies by, I can't remember the author's name. And it talks about how the CIA, okay, have been surveilling American society for decades, which is something that they're not supposed to do, but they do, right? And so when he breaks down all of the things that they're into, the use of groups kind of like Coercive, and I always say to myself, Coercive, came out of the CIA program, okay? And and this book kind of like confirms it. It talks about how they use civilians to spy on citizens, right, against each other. Yeah, look at the cop. Yeah, look at the cop. Oh, he's looking at the dude in there. Yeah, look at them motherfuckers. Anyway, you gonna make a U-turn now, right? Yeah, of course. The red vehicle. Cops pass by. The red vehicle making a U-turn. Yeah, well, not slick. Anyway, so yeah, this is what's happening, what's going on, and like I said, they thought that that people are not going to believe us targets, right? They try to make us sound like we're crazy or this and that. They try to downplay the advancement in the technology that they created, the lies, right? And it's a fact. The U.S. government, in terms of technological research, medical research, and all that stuff, they're 10 years ahead of everybody else. They're at least a decade and a half, possibly even 2 decades in terms of technology. Okay. So there's a bus not in service now. I guess this is their retaliation. Right? Not in service. Why? Because I have to, and this is the time I'm leaving here now, and I have to log into my school website to upload my vaccination card, proof of vaccination. I still got to get the second dose, which I'm going to do Monday. Actually, I'm going to try something to do tomorrow. But yeah. So if I don't upload, matter of fact, I'm going to upload it as soon as I finish this video, right on this phone. So they can't say shit. See, I need to do it before 12, right? So now they're trying to, of course, bust not in service. So I guess I'm not going to be able to do it. And I should have done it earlier, but I was just, the kids was there, Alyssa was on her computer, Ethan was on her computer, and I should have done it on my phone. But hey, I figure if I leave now, I'll get home in time. But nope, they have other plans. So I'm going to try to do it on this phone. So I'm going to end the video right now, and I'll get back after I finish upload my proof.